Hello everyone. So today I am going to discuss another penny stock named Nila Spaces Limited. If we look to the introduction about the company, so the company is in the business of development of real estates comprising residential and commercial projects. So the company is an subsidiary entity or an entity which is under the umbrella of some Bhao group, which is engaged in the business of which is an infra business and real estate business. However, the company is an outcome of scheme of arrangement of demerger, which has been done, and the company is an outcome company, or we will say resultant company of Nila Infrastructure Limited, which is in the business of which has undertaken various contracts from the governments, non-governments, and also the company is in the has undertaken acquired a project of development rights in Gate city of Gujarat, where the Gandhinagar is developed for the sale of residential projects, and also it has name of the project is the residential project name is VIDA, which is having various amenities which we would like to discuss further, like the Sky Parks, which is having a dedicated area of amenities, and Twin Tower, which is now famous for the sky bridges in the apartments and high residential apartments. Looking to the revenue breakup, so the company has major revenue from the interest income. It is because the company is not operational in last 2 or 3 years, so the only income company used to have is interest income, and that is the reason why the interest income has the more share in its total income. But now the dynamics is going to change, because in last 2 quarters, so the company is showing the operational activity, and the revenue from the operational activity has increased, and that is the reason why their interest proportion will get reduced, and the operating portion will obviously get increased. Looking to the future outlook, so the company is on the verge of creating a platform to invest in port properties with smaller amounts of capital, such as studio units that are small and self-contained with combined living and space area, very small area with combined living and space area. And also company works on the combined living and sleeping area with fractional ownership, which is and everyone have collectively owned that particular units. So this is the future prospects of the projects that company is going to foray into. And now if we talk about the market cap, so the market cap of company is around 400 crores, which is a nano cap company. Looking to the stock PE, so the company is having a PE of 30.2, which is equivalent to the PE of its peers. So the company is priced at par value, or we will say the company pricing is in line with the industries in this sector. So looking to the current pricing, so the company is priced at 10 rupees, and the EPS ROC is more than 10%, ROE is more than 10%, where EPS is around 0.34%. One thing which I would like to remind about is that the pricing of the stock has been given too much momentum in last 1 years, where the pricing has go to as low as 2.6 rupees per share in to June 23, and its peak it's reached its peak at 10.760, and continue to remain at same right now as well. So it shows that the stock is showing momentum and strength in last 6 months, and that is the reason why it has under the radar of various investors, and getting to be interested as well. And also the company has increased their operations, like see, if we look at the from I would say in last four or in last 2 years of if we look at the track data, so it is giving a mere sales and nil sales or minimum sales. But in December quarter and the March quarter, they have posted its sales, and that is why the operating profit margin shows 7 crores and 5.7 crores. Looking to the profitability, so because the company is in business of a company has invested all its cash into investments and in interest related payments, so the company is receiving interest in consideration of which the company is having 8.42 crores of interest if we compare it with the 7 crores of operating profit. So the obviously interest is having more share than their operating profit. But that dynamics has changed. Now the company is having, because the company has pulled out or used that funds that are being used that are being invested into fixed securities, and now the company having the interest of less than 1 crores, and the company is focusing more on its operations, and that is the reason why the operating profit has been increased more than the other income and non-core income, and the company is having a net profit of around 2 crores. Looking to the various aspects, so the companies have not showing, as we all know, that in March 23 and 23 the company is having no sales, or the mere sales, and now in present financial year in March 24, companies have posted a sales of 91 crore rupees, which is the highest sales of the company in last 7 or 8 years. Obviously, the company has posted the profit as well of 13 crore rupees because of the other income, an interest income of 8 to 9 crore rupees, and that is the reason why company has posted this amount of profitability. However, the sales will continue to increase because of the projects that the company has undertaken, and that will continue to increase if the management stays with their commitment and perform well accordingly. Looking to the sales growth, so the company is having, the highest, company has clocked the highest sales revenue, and that is the reason why the sales growth is more than 40-50% in last 5 years of time, and more than 26% in 3 years of time. And looking to the compounded profit growth, so obviously these all numbers are showing a tremendous amount of return, but that, because the in the last 2 years the company has not shown any operations, so that is the reason why even if the company earns 10 crore, that would be uh, more than enough for showing this numbers of growth and compounded of sales or profitability. That will not be an issue. Uh, However, and that cannot be seen as something distinguishing factor, because company has not shown the sales of consistently sales. If a company shows a consistent sales and the consistent profitability, then it is useful to know what are their sales growth or the profit growth. But if a company sales are being haphazard or showing too much of fluctuation, so that would not be a good, that would not having much impact or much uh, interesting to see that what are their sales growth or the profitability growth. Looking to the equity factor, so the company is having equity share capital of 39 crore rupees, looking, and they have not any corporate actions as such, but the reserves are 88 crores, and the company have net. Company is a debt-free company of mere 1 crore rupees of borrowings. Looking to the trade payables, so the company has trade payables as well of less amount, obviously, because the company is in the business where mm, they do not have much trade payables in real estate sector, as far as what we have seen. And looking to the fixed assets, so the majority of the fixed assets are devoted towards the, I would say, fixed assets are majorly devoted to their machineries or other things, but the detailed data is not available here. So we would like to, as we all know, the construction business, their majority of the fixed assets are like properties or lands, and the machinery if they owned it, or otherwise the land and building is the majority of their fixed assets. Looking to the inventory, so the company is having a inventory level maintained at what it was in a year ago. Looking to the trade receivables, the company have no trade receivables. It means that the company has either a booking, advance booking of the apartments, or it shows that the company is receiving a huge, a company is receiving a huge, I would say, acceptance or a huge allotment from the, I would say, retail buyers, of home buyers or retail buyers, or the government agencies, and company do not have any trade payables or trade receivables, which is obviously a good indicator that company is working efficiently or effectively to manage their working capital. So looking to the cash flow, so the company is having a cash flow of 35 crore rupees, cash of 35 crore rupees, which shows that the company is having a sound cash balance as well. However, there is a susceptible doubt or suspect of that, mostly in real estate company, people used to be raising their eyebrows that what are the cash flows, and the cash flow is the one of the most major ingredient in any capital intensive business, either is real estate or any other business. So cash is the king in these businesses, because they have to pay a huge amount of interest on their borrowings, but the company have no borrowings as such. Company is having a 35 crores of cash balance, so that shows the good, that shows goods management, and goods efforts from the management to maintain the company's balance sheet, even if the company is not operational in last 2 years. Also, if we look at the operating activity, so the company is having a operating cash from operating activity of 29 crore rupees, which is a very good thing. If we look at the company like this, which is having a profitability of mere profitability of 20 crores from the operating activity, and showing that cash from 29 crores, it shows that company is not only receiving their current year profits, as well as they are receiving their prior year profits as well. and that is the reason why the company has shown momentum in last few years, last few, I would say, months. And the investing activity, if we look at those, obviously the company is in the business of investment, and that is the reason why the company has shown a fixed asset purchase. That would be probably, the details are not available, but that would probably would be like land or building, which is for the acquisitions and all those prospects, as we all have seen that they have acquired a land in Gandhi Nagar for gift city. So that is, these all are the things that are being covered in investing activity, and that is a good prospects if a investing activity is in negative, for a company like this looking to the financing activity. So the company is having interest paid of 5 crore rupees, but that is not an issue with the companies having more than 30 crores of cash in their hands, and cash from operating activities also in near 30 crore rupees, so that would not be an issue. So if we look at the promoters holding, so the promoter holding is at, I would say, 62%. That is a good number. If we look at the consistency of the promoter, so the promoter has neither even diluted a penny stock or penny amount of shares from their portfolio, and that shows that the commitment of management towards the company and the sustainability of company as well. Looking to the FII, so the company FII has a good amount of stake in the company, but I think that in last 2 or 3 years, as we all have seen, that they have consistently reduced their stake and reduced it to as low as 0.89% in March 24. However, a penny stock like this will not, if a FII has invested, then it is good, but it is not supposed to have investment of FII, because anyway FII have certain screener or tools through which they used to invest in the pen stocks, and the company is not fitting in their criteria because of various reasons, because of the company's market cap, because of the operations, because of various factors where company has not continued their operation in last 2 years, and many of factors which has make that investors to move from their existing stake and dilute to as low as 0 and 0.89. So FII has, that is the reason why, or there can be other reasons, because of the company is having, its company has shown its lowest point in the last 6 months, or before that. So that can be a, I would say, factor which by the FII has reduced the stake. However, looking to the public, so the public is having around 37% of stake, where the substantial investment or significant investors are Tushar and Shobha. So they are having around 4% of stake. So if we look at the, effectively 33% of investors are retail investors. And also the participation of retail investors has increased. Looking to the number of shareholders, that was 38,636, and which has increased to as high as 68,566. It shows that the participation of retail investors has increased, and they so but retail investors are not someone who are considered to be a driving factor for any stock, because there many of the chances where retail investors are being guided, or they have been in the hype of that. If someone says that this stock is performing well, so all retail investors uh, in a mob they start purchasing that stock. Everyone is saying to buy this stock, so, and this is price below 10 rupees, so buy, and that can be a reason why the number of shareholders can be increased. But also, if we look at the company's prospect in last 2 years, so the profitability is evident, and the other factors like the sales and the other things which company shows that they have no debt, the cash is over more than enough for the company like this, is equivalent to their equity capital. Looking to the promoters holding, so promoter have not diluted their stake. Company has shown momentum in last 6 months, and its company is around its resistance of 10.7 rupees right now, and company is valued at its peak right now. So it shows some prospects that the company is working well, and the investors are getting a confidence in while investing in this stock. So these all are the factors which we have to consider before investing, that whether a stock is good or not, or we would like to consider the all following factors as we have discussed, so as to understand that the financials of the company are good enough or sound enough. Obviously, if a penny stock, if you are looking for a penny stock or a company which is having a small cap or capitalization, or a nano cap company, so there are obviously some flip side of it, some boom side as well, because they are tend to give a multi-bagger return, but also the other facet of that will be also not good for investors. So we have to be aware of that, and we have to look at the financials of the company very deeply, and then only we would consider that whether the stock would be good for them or not. So after looking at these all things, you should think that whether this stock is good for you or not. And I think that also consult with your financial advisor before investing into stock markets. From my side, I would like to contribute some attributes or some values regarding regarding how to read basic financial statements. And this is a purely informative and educational video. I'm not giving any portfolio services. So I hope you all enjoy this video. Thanks for watching.